Hey everybody, welcome back, and today I want to share with you some palettes that are moving out of my collection. I am doing a declutter. I never thought I would do this, but I figured, hey, I've bought some new palettes lately that I'm really enjoying, and it's time for me to move some things out of my collection that either I didn't enjoy or that I did enjoy, but I know somebody else is going to get some more use out of. So let's get started. First palettes I want to talk about are from Profusion. Now, these are good palettes. These are called the Neon Bright. So you've got the 10 color matte eyeshadow, the 10 color pearl eyeshadow, and the 10 color pearl eyeshadow, just in the black one. Now these I find at Five Below, Ross, that kind of place. They do come with a brush and a liner, but they are really good, like pigmented little shadows. I don't use them that much. I have used them for looks. They are going to be more on the powdery side, but use NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil and Milk. They're going to be great. So that's the matte one. This is the pearl one. One of the pearl ones, kind of more pinky, cool tones. And then this is just a more like bright pearl one. So these are great little shadows. So I do want to pass these along just because they are really good, but I haven't touched them in a while. So it's time for them to get a new home. Another palette that I'm going to be passing along is in that same style. Profusion makes a lot of these, and this is a Smoky Palette. Now this is really interesting palette because this is a smoky palette, but it's got a lot of green shades in here. This one is not quite as good as the other one, but it's not a bad palette. I mean, you know how I am, guys. I feel like I can make anything work. They're not going to be the most pigmented shadows, but for a beginner, for somebody who's just starting out, you know, maybe doesn't want those crazy pigmented shadows, not a bad little palette. This is another palette. This is called, I think, the 10 Shimmering or Eye Jewels palette or something. This is also from Profusion. Really cool packaging. I'm actually keeping the other one of these that's more cool tone blues and greens. This is just a really good little neutral, warm neutral palette. I think I paid $3 for this at Walgreens. If you see this and you don't have a neutral palette, I would definitely recommend it. It is gorgeous. They're buttery, they're pigmented, they're just gorgeous eyeshadows. I mean, but I just don't need them because I have so many that it's time for these to go to somebody else. I mean, it's a gorgeous little palette for $3. So if you see these at like a Ross, or I highly recommend these. I think they're a beautiful product, and that's also from Profusion. Pick up a lot of the Profusion stuff around the holiday time, if you can't tell. Another palette I'm getting rid of, the 60s palette. This is a Bhcosmetics palette that I didn't use a whole bunch. It's got a lot of bright colors. They're a little bit on the dry side. I think their formula definitely has improved, but I think somebody who doesn't have a lot of eyeshadows could definitely get some good use out of this. So now I was really up in the air about these. I have got all of the Maybelline palettes. I've got the blush nudes, I've got the brights, I've got the smokes or the nudes, I've got the smokes, and I've got the rock nudes. Now, I was really up in the air about these just because I know people do like these and I wanted to keep them around for tutorials, but I never use these palettes. And they're not necessarily, except for this one's not a fan of, but these are decent little palettes. They're not the greatest, they're not the worst you're ever going to use, and I think somebody could really get some good use out of these, so I am going to be giving these away. Another brand, or another set of palettes that I'm giving away are the NYX Love in Paris palettes. These are gorgeous. Again, you've got one that's more of a warm nudes, one that's more of kind of a cool taupey nude right here, and then one that is just kind of more of a straight up warm nude. So you've got like a warm rosy nude, kind of just a warm nude, and then a cooler toned one. These are great little palettes. I think I'm going to give these to my sister. These are beautiful. Again, a great pigmentation on these. They're not bad palettes. I just never ever use them because they're so tiny and they sit in the bottom of my palette drawer, and I mean, it's just a shame because they're great little palettes. So I mean, they just need a new home. Let's talk about some 88 palettes that I'm getting rid of, just because, again, I never use them, and I just got all of those new Bhcosmetics palettes, which I feel like kind of run the gamut. The 88, this one's from Coastal Scents, the Warm palette. Again, a beautiful palette. I barely touched it. It's a shame. So I'm going to give this to somebody. These are great little eyeshadows, and it gives you a nice selection, and they're a good price. I just don't use them that much. This one's from Bhcosmetics. This is the 88 color Tropical Matte eyeshadow palette. It's just some beautiful shades in there, very colorful, very summer appropriate. Then this one is from Bhcosmetics. This is the 88 color shimmer palette, which has gotten some use from me. So again, just a great array of shadows. I mean, this is just beautiful. I almost kept this for Halloween looks, but again, I just got all those new reformulated Bhcosmetics palettes, and I do not need these. And then this is the 6 color contour and blush palette from Bhcosmetics. Again, it's not a bad palette. It's just a little dark for me. So I'm going to give this to one of the girls I work with, and this is going to be beautiful on her, especially these blushes. She has just got the most gorgeous skin tone. So that's going to a new home. Some more BH palettes that I think are fabulous, but I just don't get a lot of use out of. And this is the BH California palettes. This one is the Hollywood, and this is the San Francisco one. The Hollywood one, I actually did one of my first tutorials ever with this one, with these red shades, just some very vibrant shades in here. These blush colors are stunning. This highlighter, gorgeous. Again, I just never use them, and I feel like they're just kind of sitting in my collection collecting dust, which is a shame. And I've got plenty. I don't need to keep these around just to keep them around. The San Francisco, very muted, gorgeous. This is one of those palettes that's just stunning. And again, beautiful, beautiful blushes in here. Gorgeous highlighting shade, like just great little palette that needs to go to somebody who will love it. All right, let's talk about some more Profusion eyeshadow palettes. These are all the $1 palettes that they come out with during the holiday time. Again, they're not bad quality. I just don't need them because I have a million of them. They're gorgeous. These, if you see these Twinkle Twinkle palettes, they sell these in the drugstore sometimes. These are beautiful, muted, just gorgeous colors. These are awesome. I need to do a couple tutorials with the ones that I'm keeping. And those are from Profusion too. I don't know if I said that. And I am going to be sanitizing all of these. This palette is gorgeous. This was one of the holiday palettes from e.l.f. a couple years ago. Beautiful palette. Just I got some really pretty looks out of this one. I mean, e.l.f. makes really decent little eyeshadows. It's just, I actually got rid of a bunch of e.l.f. eyeshadows a couple months ago. Again, I gave them to girls at work and just let them go to town. Profusions and e.l.f. I really did declutter a bunch, but I thought I'd film it this time. All right, let's talk about some more contouring palettes. This one is from Knicks. I really didn't get a lot of use out of this one. I think it'd probably be good for somebody who has less dry skin than mine. So I am going to be passing this one along. All right, and you guys know I love the City Color Contour Effects on the Go palette, which has the warm and the cool shades. I picked this one up thinking it had the cooler shades because those are the ones that I use. This one is the warm one. These palettes these powders are gorgeous. They're beautiful. I love the quality. It's just too warm for me. So this one is going to somebody who can actually use it. I'm going to be giving away this little black beauty book. This is the day edition. It's just a beautiful warm neutral palette, just stunning. This could be a dupe for so many warm neutrals, rosy neutral palettes. So for somebody. I am going to be giving away all 3 of the hard candy sassy, or what are these? These are the Sassy Eyes, the Natural Eyes, and the Smoky Eyes. These are great little palettes. Again, they come with a primer. They come with 9 eyeshadows. Very cute. And will be great beginner palettes for somebody, or even just great everyday palettes for somebody. Just really good quality. I did first impressions and some tutorials with these, I think, as well. Really nice, cool, kind of smoky neutral palette. I'm going to be decluttering a bunch of quads from... We have some from, let's see, what do we have? We have a couple from Ulta. This one is, what is this one? Fantasia eyeshadow quad. This is the neutral eyeshadow quad. I'm going to be giving away this little sample of from the Revealed palette because I do have them. This little $1 eyeshadow palette from quad from e.l.f., which is in Luxe, really pretty. I'm going to be giving away these Almay eyeshadow palettes. Just again, I just never use them. This is terrible that I've kept these for so long. I am giving away some of my L'Oreal Color Reach quads. I'm keeping What Happens in Vegas, that really pretty warm orangey one, and Cup of Joe, but these I am getting rid of. So this one is in Brazen Bolds. This one is in Smoky Eyes. And this one is in Hollywood Icon. I think these are just some of the greatest little eyeshadow quads in the drugstore. Nobody ever talks about them. I really enjoy mine. I'm going to be getting rid of this Revlon Photo Ready eyeshadow palette in Graffiti. This one right here. This CoverGirl eye enhancers in... This one is in Drama Eyes. This one right here. Really interesting little quad. I mean, again, the colors aren't bad. It's not that the colors are bad. It's just, you know, you need to give it where it can have some love. So, not a bad little quad. CoverGirl's really hit or miss. This one is called Day to Night. This one is from e.l.f. That one is Going to a New Home. Trying to fly through these guys. This is called Lakeside Breeze. This is a little sample I got from Coastal Scents. I just never use. I am going to be giving away another little Coastal Scent eyeshadow sample called Sunday Fun Day. Just some really pretty, beautiful, colorful shades. I'm going to be giving away some of my Sally Girl eyeshadows that I do not use. Just this little quad right here. These are really good little eyeshadows. These are about $1 a piece, and you can create your own palette. So I am going to be giving those to somebody. Now this one I talked about, this blush palette did not work for me. This is a cream blush palette from Sonia Kashuk. Colors are really beautiful, but just for my skin, for some reason, it did not mesh. So I'm going to see if somebody else would like that. Girls at work are going to be excited about this. This one I talked about in a recent products I was disappointed with. This is the Glitterazzi Glitter Gel Palette in Call Me Sparkles. I was thinking about keeping this around for Halloween, but I think I am just going to give this to somebody else just because I've got so much glitter already. I don't need it. Last palette I am going to be giving up, and I had kind of mixed feelings about this one too, is the Cinderella Ready for the Ball eyeshadow palette. Now I am keeping the book. I created just some beautiful looks with this palette. I think this is a stunning palette. It's just so big and bulky that I just never use it, but it is really, really gorgeous. Beautiful, cool tones, warm tones, just all kinds of gorgeous looks. I think this would be really fun for a young girl. I think I'm going to give this to one of the girls at work who has a younger girl who's about to start getting into makeup. So, yeah, I love the packaging. I was really excited about it when I got it. You know, I am keeping the book. But this one, it just goes to waste. I think somebody would really enjoy this one. Alright guys, so that is the shameful amount of eyeshadow that I have that I have used in the past and really enjoyed but don't use anymore. And it's just time to pass it along to somebody who will use it. So I am going to be, you know, sanitizing all of these if before I pass them along. But, you know, sometimes it's good to just, when you want to bring new things in, to clean out the things that you really aren't using. And if you haven't touched it in 6 months, you know, maybe it's time to kick it out the door, unless it's something that you're keeping for sentimental reasons. So, but anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this palette declutter. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any of these palettes that you absolutely love. But as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking about makeup with me. I hope you guys have an amazing day, have a rockin' week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.